Yo, what's good, DIE Nation? I'm finna kind of do a little rant, a little talking about like my experiences, doing pop ups and how it is just interacting with people in general. And to be honest, pop ups are a lot different than online, obviously, right? They're a lot more interesting because it's like you get to see a lot more people's emotions and how they truly react to your product. And I know for starting out, a lot of people like when you first start especially for clothing brands, but a business, right? You try to have a logo or something. And the first thing I learned was that just because some people like stuff online don't mean they're gonna like it in person. That's one of the biggest things. So at first, like I was just, sending different designs to my friends and family, every other day, like, hey, what you think about this? Hey, what you think about that? Hey, what you think about this? And people be dropping fire emojis and hearts and all this stuff. And then I'll drop it online on Instagram and get nobody will buy, no sales, nothing. Like maybe 10 likes, maybe two comments from some of the people that's already seen the product, but nothing else. So I learned quick that just because people like say, texting you, hey, I like this, hey, this cold, this look good, bro, that that has no bearing whatsoever on whether or not people really gonna want to buy your product or buy your stuff. So I would say the biggest thing is like first starting off, and I know I done got already, off the topic of pop-ups, but when you first starting out, the biggest thing is to make sure that your product, it may be it could probably be for you it might be a pop-up. For me, I just went to the malls and just, asking people about their opinion on the shirt, on the design, whatever they got for me. But for you, it might be pop-ups because it's more time effective, right? Because what I was doing, I was going to like Monday through Friday, I was going down to malls because right now I'm staying with my people, so I can afford to like spend that time all on the business, not wasting any time working, school, none of that. Like I'm focused strictly on the business 110%. So Monday through Friday, I go down to different, stores, malls, barbershops, anywhere I'm at, and I'm just talking to people, trying to get people to check out the brand, follow me on Instagram, potentially, buy something, but not too pushy about it. And that's how I figured out or learned what worked and what didn't work. And that's how like I saw, I was like, okay, so I see that this design enough people really rock with it, and then some people be like, oh, you got some on you, trying to buy. So it's like once I saw that, that's how I found out. But for most of y'all might be able to find out through pop-ups because it's like I said, it's a big difference between what people claim they like online after seeing an image or a picture, and it's a difference in what they see and what they willing to pay for in person, and vice versa. I've had people like I'll drop a design and people be like I don't really like it or it's alright or something like that, or my friends be like oh, it's alright, I don't really like it like that. And then once I take it to a pop up to see how I do, it's the best seller. So that's like I say, you never know the market. Like Gary Vee say, the market is the market is the market. Like it don't matter what people say, it matters what other people gonna buy. So to get back on track, let me see my experiences doing pop ups. I would say I've had a great experience doing pop ups. I would say the number one rule that I've noticed for doing pop ups is that if you want to stand out, you literally got to stand up and go talk to people. So if you got people walking past your table, like don't be sitting there chilling, trying to act like you cool, just real laid back. Like get your butt out there, like maybe shake, maybe not during COVID, don't shake their hand, but just be like, excuse me, how you doing? My name's Mark Gillard. This is my new brand back here. As you can see on the table, we selling T-shirts, hoodies, doing blah blah blah, whatever we selling for whatever price. The message of our brand, whatever. Make sure your brand has a message. That's the best thing, especially for pop-ups. Make sure you have a message. Like my brand has one. It's literally the name, Desires Energy, right? Once you get the desire to do something, you'll get the energy to do it as well. So when you go to your pop-ups, know what your brand represents. Make sure you have a message. Make sure you know what you're going to say to people. Because if you just let people walk by and stuff, you're going to miss out on a lot of opportunity. Like I done had maybe 10, 12 people so far individually come tell me that I was the only person who got up and spoke to them when they passed by the table. Like everybody else, they just want to sit there and let people just walk by. They do like the head nod, like they cool. They like me. I'm gonna get up, even if you don't see me. I'm gonna get up. And be like, excuse me, how you doing, man? Let me talk to you. Let me show you about my brand. It's my message right here. We trying to push this, and that. Like it's like I'm on my salesman type stuff, and that's what you got to be if you trying to really like at pop ups, because the biggest thing for pop-ups is brand awareness. That's the biggest thing. Like, so many people focus on trying to make so much profit from every sale. My bad, I'm up here spitting. So many people try to focus on profits from every sale. For me, I'm focused on volume, because that's the biggest thing you can do at a pop-up is do volume. Because you're not gonna get rich off any one pop-up. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I'm gonna tell you a secret that people don't want to tell you. You're not gonna get rich from any pop-up. And when I go into pop-ups, I don't even think, like, let me take a step back. And it's actually my second part of the little talk. I think about my business in the standpoint of it's not going to pay my bills in the first few years. That's why I'm so cool and I'm able to do so much, because I'm not paralyzed by fear of, oh, is this gonna make me this is gonna make me this much money this week? Is this gonna make me this much money today? Like, yeah, I need to make some money, but I'm not focused on maximizing the profit of every move I make or every move I take. Like, different pop-ups I do, some of them break even, some of them are even at a loss. Because once you factor in the gas, the time and material I bought, then the cost of the pop-up itself, and then the number of people that came or didn't come. Like, I've had some pop-ups, not all of them, but a few of them where I actually left at a loss from a net standpoint. And then I've had pop-ups like the one on Avenida where I killed it and made, 4x whatever I invested in it. So it just depends. But the whole point is that my goal, when I think about my business, I'm realistic from the standpoint of I don't expect my business to pay my bills in the first few years. Most businesses, like, I know I'm talking about large corporations, but most businesses don't get to profitable or get into profit until like 3 or 4 years anyways. So a lot of you guys, the reason why you're stressing or feeling like you're a loser and all this is because you're starting your business, and if 4 months later you're not making profits or enough to pay for little vacations and all this extra stuff, you're thinking it's not working. And it's like, you got to understand, almost no business, and I know this is more of a self-employment thing than a business, but hardly anyone that's self-employed or even in a business is really, really making great profits, unless they're like real, like a direct service, like they like a hairstylist or something like that. Yeah, they can go, or a barber, they can go right away as long as they learn the craft and start making profit. But anytime you're like in a more of a business where you're like selling a product as opposed to just providing a specific service every now and then, you're not going to it's not you shouldn't even expect to be making profit within the first few years. And what that means is that you basically gotta have a side job. You know the old saying, "Don't quit your day job." You basically can't quit your day job. Now for me, I'm in a beautiful situation. I'm blessed by my parents that I get to like crash here, and they let me work on my business because I had to convince them that they convinced them that the potential of it. Once they saw the potential, saw what this business could possibly be in the future, then they struck a deal with them. They allowed me to stay here. Obviously I got to live minimum. Can't be going out every night. Can't be spending money. Wasting all this money and stuff, right? But because I don't have all these extra bills and I'm not going to eat out, I'm not doing all that, right? I'm staying in. I'm living, realistically frugal, right? I'm not buying new clothes. Not trying. I'm not spending any money that's not going towards the business. That's kind of like that's the goal, because right now I have to take advantage of the situation I'm in. Because obviously, like, if I got to get my own spot, now I got to work. Now I got to waste 40 hours a week at some job that I don't care about, like, just so I can, have some money to do basic stuff. And then I'm still going to have the same mindset. I'm still going to go into my business like, okay, every pop-up I do, I'm not expecting to make profit. I'm just trying to get the brand out there, because it's about the brand. It's about pushing volume. It's about, I need 1,000 people to have my shirts on their back. I'd rather make $100 and have 10 people rocking it than make $100 and have 2 people rocking it. That's the goal right there. And the reason why I can do that, or even theoretically, if I wasn't with my people, the reason why I could think like that is because I have a job that's taking care of my actual bills. I'm not going into it like I'm not quitting my job and I need this money this weekend in order to survive. You feel me? So that's the biggest difference. And that's where people stress out when it comes to anything entrepreneurial, is that they put their life, it's kind of like they take that huge jump and risk where it's almost like they're have a gun to their head, and it's like, bro, if I don't make this, this weekend, then my family done. Oh, I'm done. Like, and that's like you say, you wanna work that boring job, work that job at Amazon, like whatever. Try to get a job where you at least making 12, 13, 15 an hour, right? Try to don't do no 8 hours, $8 an hour Subway type stuff. But like if you can get better than that, where you making at least enough where you can live frugal and still be alright and still have a couple $100 at the end of the week that you saved up to put towards your business, like every week, then you're gonna go a long way. And of course, you're gonna be strategic with it because you're gonna be like, okay, I worked all week, and I got 200. Let me put $50 in this pop up. Let me put $70 for some inventory. See if I can sell these shirts. Maybe make that 70 back, or at least make 100 back. Add a little extra to the cost to it. Get those out, push them out. Use it, record it on your phone, which you already got anyways. Use that as content on your page. That extra little $20, $30 you got, run ads with it. And then see what happens. Obviously, the first few ads not going to do nothing, so you're going to lose that money. You're going to start it over again. Like, okay, now we back at square one. Save up another 200. And it's like I said, the good thing about this is that you always adding money to your stuff. Because think about it. If you working, every week you're saving 200 because you working, right? So you saving $200 every week anyways. Plus, on top of that, whatever little money you are making back from your like pop-ups and stuff, because every pop-up you go to, it's gonna be different. Some you might sell out, some you might sell a few, but it's like either way you're always putting another 200 into your bank, because into your business, on top of potentially if you make or sell out, then now that's money from the week before that you got back, plus some, plus 200 that you already invested. It's like you keep doing that. And it's the same thing with trading and investing. You keep building up your account, and eventually you'll have a decent amount of little capital where you can actually do something with it and actually make a bigger investment. But like saying, that's the kind of mindset you gotta have, where it's like, my plan is, I'm not, obviously if it happens, it happens, right? Don't slow your growth, but don't be stressing out because you not make, or even if you like at a loss. If I spend 500 this week and I only make 400, like, stop tripping. As long as you're progressing, and what your goal should be is to grow in your brand, then the profits are gonna come in the long run as you tweak different things. But the awareness, that's what's the most important. So like saying, if I can pay however much to get 1 million people to see and know this brand, even if my return on my investment is less than what I paid, the fact that now I have 1 million eyes on my brand, that sets up doors for room. It opens doors for things in the future. So, like I said, from my experiences, pop-ups, the biggest thing you can do is get up, shake people's hands, talk to them, like be direct, look them in the eyes. Like, don't try to sit behind the table and, act like you too good to talk to people, and just keep your head down. Like, people done already told me, some people, I was the only person they bought from at pop-ups, because I literally got up and went and talked to them. And nobody else did, and they would tell me that, oh yeah, you the only person. They'd be like, you the only, what, that came up and talked to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and shop, and I'm gonna go ahead and support you. And just little side notes: if you go to your pop-ups, make sure you got like a portable charger, because your phone, that little square reader, that kills the battery quick, especially for iPhones. So make sure you got your little portable charger, got the tablecloth with your little logo on it, your banner, so people can read it, like stuff, whatever it is. Like, those are just small details that y'all gonna, learn as y'all go. But like I said, the biggest thing, if you trying to stand out at like different pop-ups and different events, please make sure you go and speak to people. And I don't mean just handing out business cards and walking away. I mean really speak to people. Like, introduce yourself, tell them what the name of your brand, what it represents, all of that. Because that's going to set you apart. Because at the very least, now they know you, now they know your brand. At least they've heard of your brand, now they know, they've seen you before. And I'm telling you, if you do that and you charge like cheap prices for your stuff, and you're not trying to, break the bank, break people's pockets every time they see you, then you gonna kill like 95% of your pop-ups right there. If you got traffic, right? You can't sell to nothing, right? So if people are coming, you're gonna do numbers. Like I said, you might not get the biggest profit you could have got, but you're gonna definitely do volume. Because affordable prices, a likable person, likable owner, you know, a business with a great message, all of that together is like a recipe for success at pop-ups. Now online, I'm still trying to get good online. So that I can't even do a pep talk on that yet. I'm still learning myself. If anybody want to let me know, reach out to me, hit me up. Y'all can help me out with that because I'm still learning, getting better at ads, trying to figure that out myself. But for pop-ups, the formula is very simple.